Coach, you're in the middle, please. Coach, we'll just take a short opening statement, and we'll go right into questions.
All right, yeah. Offer first, congratulations to LSU, Coach Ogeron, tremendous football team. Played very well, very deserving. They're impressive. Yeah, it's a disappointing locker room right now. I mean, what can you say? I thought the game, we traded blows early. They went on the run there at the end of the first half. We got a little frantic and just didn't play our best, and give them credit. They certainly made plays, but we gave them a lot of plays with our mistakes. That's probably the most disappointing there at the end of the half. And obviously they made the big run and got some separation. It's been a great year. This team, I told them in there, it's been an absolute joy to coach. A lot of adversity this team's had to deal with. Some on the outside, some that the outside doesn't know about, that they've been a joy. They really have, and had to fight through a lot just to get here. And yeah, it's kind of the disappointment. You balance right now the disappointment of not winning and accomplishing your ultimate goal here, and on top of that, just not playing our best. And it's hard to describe that disappointment, but you balance that with a sense of pride of what this group's been able to accomplish, in an era of, the championships, all that stuff are great, but shoot, in an era when a lot of guys don't even want to play in their own bowl game. I got two guys next to me right here that'll play in the NFL year, and that'll be next year, and that'll be high draft picks that were, both injured, both had things going on, both could easily came out of the game and just begging to stay in the game there, even in the last couple of minutes. And that's the kind of culture we built, and guys like these two are very much responsible for that. So proud of these guys. It hurts right now, but won't diminish all they've been able to accomplish. And I love this team. That's it.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions. We'll go right here in the front row. Barry?
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma Lincoln. Is today an example of just a bad day at Black Rock, or is it an example of how much further you need to go to get over this hurdle you want to get over?
LSU's a good team. Like I said, they're a good enough team that you were going to trade blows with them no matter what. And we just made some uncharacteristic mistakes in there in kind of the second quarter, into the first quarter, the second quarter, that we haven't made some all year. And you can't give a team like that any help. And then certainly the not having a few of the guys, certainly the Buki getting ejected on the targeting was a huge play in the game, we lost our composure there a little bit, lost our sense of focus, and it hurt us, and LSU capitalized on it. So give them credit. Certainly didn't play our best. Where that is in the big picture, I honestly don't really care.
Dean?
Coach, this is the second year in a row of slow starts, putting yourself behind and just having too big of a gulf to catch up. Can you put your finger on anything? Is it tenseness? Can you point to anything?
Nah, this one's different. Bama last year jumped up. It was 28-0 before you could even blink. We weren't really playing good on any of the sides. I thought we kind of steadied after we hit the big play to CD, and then Kennedy scored the first touchdown. I felt like we were going to kind of steady there. And and we traded blows early. It was just that run there. And, what it is, you play really good teams in this playoff. And when you don't play your best ball, good teams are going to take advantage of it. And LSU took advantage of us not playing our best ball there. And then there were just some pivotal third, big, like there's going to be in these games, but some pivotal third downs that they made, a couple of, unbelievable plays, a couple that we made, a couple headed plays, several opportunities offensively that were just that far away. But in games like this, that's the margin of error.
Okay, right here in the front row on the left.
James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, The Ref. Lincoln, when Pookie got ejected, you had to go to an inexperienced player. Woody's a really talented guy, but still, how much did that put you in the 8-ball, knowing the injuries and things that you've had back there?
Yeah, it was challenging. You know, Broyles was our primary replacement for Turner Yell getting hurt, and so, you know, we worked Broyles, had to just crash course him at safety, you know, over the last week to get him ready, and then all of a sudden now he's got to play nickel, you know, and so, you know, those guys are going to continue to be good players. Yeah, you'd love to have gone in with the other ones. That wasn't the hand we were dealt, and there's, you know, they got some good players. Was that a factor in the game? Yes. Was it a deciding factor? No. Some of our mistakes and inability to play our very best was the deciding factor.
Okay, right here in the front row on the right.
Yeah, John Hoover, the franchise and Sporting News. Bob used to say when these things got sideways sometimes, and even when they didn't, that the other team that you're playing against, a championship team in these big game settings, they're awful good, and that makes the difference. Did that happen tonight, where this thing got going sideways, partially because they were awful good, and then they kept it going that way because they were so good?
Yeah,
in other words, the other team's talent.
No, they're a good team. There's no question about it. I mean, you look at their quality wins this year. You know, they're a good football team. Give them credit, and I thought they played well, and I thought again, the disappointing thing is we helped them play well way too much, and you know, I felt like if we played well, we were going to be able to stand in there and trade blows with them, or it really did, and we did early. But you know, when you start making mistakes, a combination of that and a talented team playing well, you know, they go on a run like they do.
Okay, right here.
Gary Nemec of the Tulsa World. I was going to ask Neville and Jalen for your perspective on what LSU did that was so effective. On Neville, if you could speak to what they did offensively that was effective, especially maybe even surprisingly so. And Jalen, if you could say the same about LSU's defense.
I mean, again, they're a solid ball club, you know, and they're able to make plays. You know, they took advantage of opportunities that they had, and just like as a good football, you know, team should. And, you know, there's opportunities for us to, you know, kind of make plays, and, you know, it didn't happen, but, you know, that's a credit to them, and, you know, the work they put in, and, you know, again, you know, they got a solid group of guys up front, a guy in the, you know, QB that can make plays, and, you know, is effective, so that was a credit to them.
Jalen?
Yeah, just talk about the missed opportunities we had, leaving money on the table, just going out there and taking advantage of every opportunity we have against teams like this, in games like this. You got to maximize it, and you know we failed to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chris Stevens, Gwinnett Post. Jalen, just talk about what their defensive line, excellent front seven, just being able to mostly keep you in the pocket and limit your running abilities.
Yeah, just kind of what I said last time. They got great players, really athletic players, fast. They play strong and they rally to the ball, but when you play this game, you talk about the controllables, you know, what you can control. And we didn't take advantage of our opportunities, and that's something that we can't control. They play really good defense, but we were too inconsistent to come out on top of this game, and I think that's the blunt reality of it.
Right here, second row on the aisle.
George Stoya, OU Daily. Jalen, you talked a lot about your college football career being unprecedented. Take me through, how do you hope, you know, OU fans in this program just remember your time here at Oklahoma, being here only, 12 months?
You know, it's hard to just sit here and reflect on 4 years, a whole year with my brothers this year, all of that right now. You know, it hurts me. You know, you talk about how much it means to you and the team. It's supposed to hurt. And this is not a good feeling. You know, this is a feeling I've never felt before. And hurts me in my heart, when I decided to come to this school. I told Coach Riley, I'm going to go win you a national championship, and I failed to do that. And moving forward, I definitely hope, I've already told them, I hope that you guys learn from this. I hope everybody learns from this, and it hurts me the most, because usually when you come up short in something, you can come back and you can fix it. I can't come back and fix it. I'll never play college football again.
Right here.
Larry Holder with The Athletic. Lincoln, what were some of the things maybe you saw as the game was going on that allowed Joe Burrow to be so successful throwing against you guys?
We had a hard time, obviously, corralling him back there. We're certainly not the only ones that have. They've got a good offensive line. We had a couple opportunities to get him on the ground, that we didn't. They made a couple plays in scramble, just a couple with pretty good coverage, competitive plays. I mean, those are going to happen from time to time. The biggest disappointing thing for me was the bust that we had defensively, and that's been something all year we've done a tremendous job of. We have had, for being in year one of a system, we have had remarkably few busts throughout the year, and it's been a big key to, why we've, done some of the things we've been able to do defensively and made such huge strides like we have. And we gave them a few there that are probably the most disappointing. So, he's a good player. He's got good players around him. They made some tremendous plays. The ones I'll be most disappointed about were the ones that like I said, that we busted and just kind of gift wrap for them.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go right here again in the front.
Including Buki's ejection, how much, you mentioned the guys earlier, the three missing players, how much did that actually, do you think, contribute? I mean, when you look at the final score, you're thinking, wow, could three players have made that big of a difference? So ultimately, what were those three guys' impact? Them being gone, what was their impact?
I don't know how you measure that. I mean, it's, you certainly, of course, you love to go into these games with every single player healthy and every player feeling good and available and all that. Of course you'd want to, especially when you're playing another great team. But that wasn't the hand we were dealt. Honestly, that hadn't been the hand that we've been dealt all year. I mean, it's been one of those years here. And, despite all that, we were able to win a fifth straight Big 12 championship, able to get back here to the college football playoff. And so, I'll be happy to talk about the guys that did play, though.
All right. Right here back to Barry.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. Jalen, you've played against LSU before. What's different about this LSU team than the ones you played when you were at Alabama?
I think the obvious difference is they're scoring 50-something points. I think they've always had a really good defense, and they have this year. They've always had great players. They have a hell of offense, and it's all a credit to how efficient they've been. A lot of respect for them.
All right, right here.
George Stoy, OU Daily. Lincoln, you said last year after the Orange Bowl, you guys were agonizing close to, as a program, to winning a national championship. You guys are back at the playoff. Obviously, not the result you wanted, but how close is this program to reaching that?
We're continuing to make strides. There's no doubt about it. Just putting yourself here 4 times in 5 years it's so hard to do, man. It's so hard to do. And I think we've made some great improvements with the program. I'm excited where we're headed defensively. I think we've just scratched the surface about how good we can get on that side. And this program's got a championship DNA. We kind of find a way, and we'll be back.
All right, we're going to end it there. Thank you, gentlemen.